obviously to the individuals. We've got a question here that's come through. I want you to answer this to the CEOs of these companies. The question is, how can they foster more entrepreneurial culture internally?
Force it. Being a CEO is being a dictator. Create the rules.
Simple.
More questions. Bring it on,
Sally,
Scott.
you're the CEO. Make the rules. Force everybody to spend 20% of their money on things that don't have an ROI that is scored within internal, are things that you've never done before, and reward people for the behavior of spending 20% of their time and money on something that you can't measure or that you've done historically. You just solved it. There you go. Go do that.
Simple. So just a quick reminder, everyone, you can ask Gary a question.
By the way, I apologize.
Right.
This is important to me. I'm the CEO of my company. I have 650 employees. I tell them that they get scored on culture and emotional intelligence over bringing me money, over doing the best work, It is the North Star. The North Star that people get rewarded for is how they play with the other girls and boys within the organization, because I like continuity, because continuity leads to speed. I think speed is the most important thing in business. And then when we reward it, where the nicest people get raises and promotions, even though they may be a B talent, and the guy who's an A talent but is a little bit of a douchebag doesn't get promoted, that everybody starts believing what I actually care about. Because being a CEO is a dictatorship, so I make the rules and then I act on them. So go do that.
How can credit unions use Snapchat?
Well, first of all, credit unions today have to decide if they want to court 13 to 25-year-olds. Do you? Great. Well, then you better figure it the hell out. Because I think a lot of you did. The reason almost everybody but that one random dude has heard of Snapchat is because anybody in this room that has a 13 to 22-year-old anything in their lives, granddaughter, grandson, daughter, nephew, niece, knows that that human being lives in one place, their phone and on two things, Snapchat and Instagram. So how are you going to tell them about your thing? How are you going to tell them? Like, how are you going to get to them? You're not. And you're going to spend it on bullcrap. If you want to get to 13 to 25, now here's the important thing. I believe Snapchat is going through the same thing Facebook did. It's 13 to 25 now, but when we wake up in 18 months and it's 13 to 45, I have a funny feeling a lot more of you are interested in that 25 to 45-year-old demo just as well. And that's where people get caught. You don't project. Everything's predicated on today, but it's really not, because if you look at your behavior, most of your companies are marketing like it's 10 years ago.
But you know, there's a real, I do social media consulting, right?
Okay.
And I have a hard time keeping up. So the thing is how do we keep pace with technology and we satisfy member demand?
You work.
Okay.
Like, sorry that it's moving fast. but right? Like, we're all professionals here. Like, sorry. Like, sorry that the world's moving super fast. You know, some dude owned 80,000 horses when the car was invented. He lost.
So true.
You know, like tough luck. Like, innovation doesn't care about you and me. Yeah. You think I'm excited to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out Vine like I did, 3 years ago?
I actually think you are excited to be doing that.
You might be right, actually. You know what's funny? You nailed it. I am excited because I know my differentiation in the marketplace is that I'm willing to outwork my competition. I know that I got lucky that I wasn't born in America, so I understand how good it actually really is here, and I'm taking full goddamn advantage of it. But this is what I hear all the time, and I know a lot of you know this, right? And this is very pungent to the 50 and older crowd that I see in this room. Guys, I'm not interested in this excuse that I didn't grow up with it. I didn't grow up with it. I'm 40. When I was 18 years old, I'd spent 5 minutes on a computer in my entire life. I didn't grow up with it. Yeah. You didn't grow up driving. You figured that out.
Yeah.
So this excuse that you didn't grow up with this is just not an excuse. You're more than welcome to not use it as a human being. I'm not in charge of that. But if you are in the business world and you are disrespecting these platforms, you are vulnerable.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with it as more like I'm just not interested in it.
No,
right?
it's just that, you know what? I don't really give a crap. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I've been working a long time. I hate that it's changed. It's not in my best interest. I spent 20 years growing in this organization, and now I know something, and now the whole thing's being changed on me. I don't like that. I don't want that to happen.
So I'm going to connect a couple of dots
Let's sit there.
Yeah.
Sorry. But this is the dangerous formula that a lot of you are going through. I have empathy. You know, it stinks if you're in PR and you spent 22 years in it, and you moved up the ranks, and you've got all those relationships, and now it doesn't matter as much. I get it. I'm not happy about it. I just don't know any other gear than dealing in reality. I wake up every morning trying to put myself out of business. What do I sell, and how do I sell it, and who could put me out of business? And I'd rather do that. That's how I innovate. You know how I innovate? I try to create products and services and do behavior that is the behavior that would hurt me if somebody else did it. Because it's a hell of a lot more fun to put yourself out of business than have somebody else do it for you.